On today's episode, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get that film look. Hey guys, Mitchell Bouchard here, and today's episode is very important. I got a special guest, Travis Fleming, and we did a little bit of work kind of going through my 5 steps, how to capture that film look. Now, a lot of people will associate the film look with having 4K in resolution and also having awesome shallow depth of field. Now, this can help you out a lot depending on what kind of mood and what kind of story you're telling. However, I really think that these 5 techniques will go beyond that. If you don't do these 5 techniques, having shallow depth of field and having that resolution isn't going to be the only thing that, pushes your film to have that film look. That cinematic look that everybody wants, that you see in the theaters and in the commercials. So I'm going to be showing you guys these 5 techniques, and I'll probably be preaching them throughout this series, this YouTube channel that I do. So without further ado, let's check out these 5 techniques that I use to pull off the film look. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to play the same scene 5 different times. I gave him a role where he's sitting down and he's really opening up in front of the camera. Very simple, very fake, very made up. Now it's filmed at 1080p, 24 frames a second, 35mm lens, and it's at f4, so I don't have crazy resolution or a lot of depth of field. After the first one plays, we're gonna start off with the first one, and that will be supporting the sensor. So here's the first clip, and hopefully it gets a lot better.
After all these years, you're still in love with me. Why can't you just admit it? I can feel it.
Alright, so that was obviously not very cinematic, so we're going to go to my first technique, and that is supporting the sensor. What we're going to do is lock this down on a tripod because I want the audience to feel like they're sitting down with him and really feeling the emotion. Supporting the sensor is also going to get rid of that kind of home video feel, and we're going to be able to get a much sharper image and a better image. So let's do that and then move on to the next step.
After all these years, you're still in love with me. Why can't you just admit it? I can feel it.
Okay, so not the greatest, but we did lock it down, and now we don't have that ugly, shaky look. Next thing we're going to do is fix the white balance. What this is going to do is tell the camera what is white, and it's going to be able to get the colors much more accurate, so you don't have that bluish, crappy look that we have going right now. So let's do that. Okay guys, so I put my white sheet in front of my camera, and I have the white balance all set. The camera knows what white is, so now I can distinct the color temperature properly. What we're going to do next is light the scene. I want a contrasty, dramatic look, so I went with the Ramran lighting, and I'll be showing you guys that right now, and it'll make a big difference.
After all this time, you're still in love with me. Why can't you just admit it? I can feel it.
Alright guys, so as you can see, this made a huge difference. Lighting is very important. I will go into detail in a different episode how I achieve this lighting, but for this purpose I just want you guys to realize that this is just one step. Now we're going to go to the final step, and that is audio. I'm going to grab a shotgun mic and put it really close to my subject, and hopefully this adds the whole thing and makes it a lot better. One more thing I will do just to put the little icing on the cake is I'm going to color correct this a little bit, so hopefully you guys enjoy it.
After all this time, you're still in love with me. Why can't you just admit it? I can feel it.
Alright guys, so thank you for stopping by my channel. I hope you learned something, because these 5 techniques, you shouldn't overlook them. Obviously, the results are proven and it's something that I use on a day-to-day basis. It does take time to light your scene. I will go more in depth about that in different episodes. However, that audio and supporting the sensor, those are two things that you can have control of. You know, go out there and buy a mic. If you have an expensive camera, you might as well get an expensive mic, because that's going to be a huge part of your production. I'll be doing videos how I color graded and all that, but I just want you guys to learn, you know, those 5 basic ideas, and, you know, do your research. I mean, the internet's crazy. You can watch YouTube videos whenever you have time. Film Riot's a good episode. There's so many out there where you can, you know, get abundance of knowledge, you know, just online. So thank you for stopping by my channel. Check out mitchellbouchard.com, subscribe below, and always support the sensor.